Janet with Try It Like It Create It, and today we're going to be working on a Tag It Tuesday. So I have a couple of tags here. Let me just set one off to the side here. So I have my tag already cut, and you can see I'm working with a lighter weight cardstock. And then I have these pieces from Cricut. Now these are an old product. It's called Cricut Cuttlebug Embossables, and it comes with 10 images, and just to show you the images that come in here. All right, now you don't have to have these metal pieces. What you could have is, what if you were to die cut a shape and build up a layer with that, and it would work the same way. So I just have a very generic pattern here of dots, and I have it with so the raised part here is on the bottom, so I'm going to have a raised dot. So I'm going to put my tag in here, and I want to just place it in here with a little bit of washi so it doesn't move on me, just in case I need to go back in and cut it or emboss it again. It will stay in place. All right, so I'm just going to run a piece across the top there to hold it in place. And then I'm going to decide where I want these pieces. Now I have, in my pack here, I have 2 butterflies. So let's try something like that and see what's going to happen. And you tell me in the comments, before I actually do this, what you think is going to happen. Are the butterflies going to be embossed, or is the card going to be embossed and the butterflies not embossed, or will the butterflies be embossed? Either way, one or the other is going to happen. So let me know what you think, and I'll be right back. I'm going to go send this through my Gemini, which is behind me and off camera, and then we'll come back and take a look. Okay, so I took a peek, and actually what happened is very different than the 2 options I gave you. So as I lift this up, what happened is my butterflies also became embossed. And if I lift those up, I can see that the butterfly is a little bit indented into that shape. All right, so let's give this one more go with embossing. Well, this is interesting. There's not a whole heck of a lot going on here. So let me see if I can get this washi tape off of here without, I guess it doesn't really matter because we're not going to use this tag. But all right, so I'm going to bring in another tag, and what I wanted to show you was what happens if you just emboss a certain area. So I don't know if this is going to work with these butterflies and this metal, because it is a really thin metal. So let's just put this one here and see what happens if we put it on the outside of our folder. All right, and then I'm also going to bring in, I just saw it here a minute ago. There we go. All right, I have this piece that was from a Kleenex box, and I am just going to lay that right here. I'll hold it in place with some washi, and we'll show you what happens when you do this, because I know that this works. All right, now this butterfly isn't quite as thick as the cardboard, so the butterfly may not do anything for us. All right, just giving you a heads up on that. But I know the cardboard will have an effect on our tag. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. I had to try this a couple of times, and to tell you, I had to test out what my thickness was, because I'm using a Gemini. And so here, I don't know if you can see it, I'm starting to get some impression here, but I definitely have it here where the cardboard was, and I have it here where the butterfly is. So if I were to add another layer of thickness here with the cardstock, I would get even a more defined image there. But I am surprised that I also got the butterfly, which is a nice surprise. All right, so if you have a Gemini, and what I have used as my layer is this kind of translucent plate, a piece of cardstock, a piece of foam, the magnetic plate, and then a clear plate. I don't know what the numbers or these things are called, but that was the layer of items that worked the best to get this result. Whereas a lot more pressure, you can see here, it is showing up where the butterfly is a little bit more pronounced, and it is showing up over here more pronounced, but the whole background is actually showing up the dots. I don't know if you can really tell the difference on camera, but that was what worked the best. So, and that is what I expected to have happen, was to emboss only the areas that I put the object on. All right, so I don't know if the foam was helping a little bit with the absorption of this, but this turned out really, really nice. And now what we could do here is let's just take some ink and lightly go over this surface and see what that looks like. So there's the pronounced dots, and you can see if I go over this area here, I'm going to get blue. Okay. And if I go over this, hopefully here, I'm going to be able to see some of that butterfly. All right, so I think that shows you texturally what is happening with this tag. All right, so we're getting the raised area here, a little bit of raised area here, and then the smoother area over here. Let me just grab some of this ink, and I'm going to clean this ink up, and then maybe we can do a little something else on here. All right, so let's see what happens. Now this, the ink that I used was Color Hive Vegas Strip for Maker's Forte. That's what I had in front of me. You may still be able to get some of their inks. They have gone out of business, so I don't know if you'll be able to still get it. But okay, I'm spraying it with water just to see what happens. Can I lift up some of this ink? What happens if I scorch it with water? And yeah, I am getting a lighter look to the ink. All right, so, and you can see that the ink is coming through as well. So I have almost lost my texture here, but I do still have my dots. So that is interesting. I could go over the butterfly and get a different look there. What happens if we let's just continue to add to this, and I'm going to bring in some gold here, and let me grab some water. All right, sorry about that. All right, I'm going to go in here. I'm going to grab some gold watercolor, and let's just fleck on there. Can we get some to come off? I may need to go over a hard surface to get some to fleck. Nope. My brush is really holding it well. I may need to go to a different brush, maybe. Okay, let me clean that off and grab a different one. I know this one works. Just a different style. There we go. Yeah. All right, so I'm adding gold, and I'm hitting myself in the face as well. So I can tell I'm getting a little bit of gold everywhere. All right, so I think that's going to work well. And just come in here and clean up a little bit. And then what else can we put on here to, you know, enhance what we have going on here with this? Let me look and I'll be right back. All right, I grabbed some elements and I also dried this with a heat tool. So I pulled out this butterfly. It came from the Dollar Tree, a pack. I'll show you what it looks like. And I've had these for a while. You may have seen them in their garden section. Comes with 33. They're really big, but they do have some smaller ones in there. So I grabbed that, and then I also grabbed this green one, which could also work. I like the color combination of this as well. Not real fond of the white there, although I could color it in or get rid of it by cutting it out. So that one could work as well. But I went with the pink theme, and I grabbed a die cut word in pink. Now, I have a package of words that I just keep die cut all the time to use, and this one was cut out from a pink paper plate from the Dollar Tree. So I found that paper plates, solid paper plates, make great cardstock and inexpensive cardstock, and it has a coating. It already has a nice thickness to it, and you're getting a lot because you can buy, you know, the pack of plates. Use the plates as you want. If you have any leftovers, you can die cut them or just buy them to die cut, right? So I grabbed that to put here, and then I was going to put the butterfly on with a little bit dimension. And just to show you, I have these kind of glue seals. I kind of like the color combination of that too with it, but I don't think I'm going to go with those. And then I grabbed this out of my die cut pack as well. Really like the color, the light pink color here with it, but you know, I could play on the Seventh Wonders of the World or something, but it's just a little too open, I guess. And then I grabbed this ribbon, which I think coordinates really well. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to just go ahead and stick these down and call it done for the day. I'm going to grab one of my, I guess I'll call them bad die cuts here so that I can ink on it. Use it to, I mean, not ink on it, but glue on it. So, oh my goodness, I guess be careful when you go to put glue, because I just tore that piece. I'm going to leave it on my finger, and so I'm just going to tap. Now I'm just going to tap glue instead of rub it. Okay. Have you had that happen to you before? Take off some of the excess glue here. Put that down. No one's going to be the wiser once I put that there. And then I'm going to grab my tweezer to help me out here. All right. And so that bent a little bit. Let's get that back down where it needs to be. And layer this on top. Pinch it in a little bit more. There. All right, we're good to go. No problem. All right, then with the butterfly, because I want him to stand up, I'm going to come in with wet glue just right down the center here. You can see I've already bent him a little bit. All right, so I'm just going to bend. And what I did was I put my finger on each side of the center and bent up. And then I'm going to cover up as much as that white embossed as we can. Just get him to stick right there. All right. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add my ribbon. And so what I'm going to do is when you want your loop in the front, you send it to the back first. All right, so I'm sending the loop to the back. And then I'm going to bring it to the front. Put my ends through. And then give it a tug. And what I want to do is tighten this down, but I don't necessarily want to break my cardstock. So I'm just gonna finagle it a little bit here. Spread these out a bit. See how we're doing here. Right. And there. That one is done for the week. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Kind of didn't turn out exactly as I had planned, but you know, we went in and made it work. So we may have to come back and touch base with some embossing for our tags and try a few more techniques and see how they work out. And I just thank you for coming along with me on this journey. I hope you like how we ended up and doing some of the experimenting to see how things worked. I'm not giving up on these metal pieces yet. We're going to figure out how we can make them work. And yeah, so don't forget to like and subscribe, and that way you'll get notified every time that I have a new video. And I do the Tag It Tuesday once a week on Tuesdays, of course. And I'd love you to take a peek at all my other crafting tutorials as well.